Yeah, you're good.
Loud enough?
Oh yeah, we're live, bud. We're not actually live. That's a lie. All right.
Oh, okay.
We're
We're
not
not
actually
live, right?
No. We're not live. We're just recording. But it is recording, and I'm getting all of this. So, George, what's up? How's it been? How's it been, bro?
It's been a hot minute, hasn't it?
Yeah, man. It's been a good hot minute. Not gonna lie, it's been a good hot minute. I mean, it's been like a year.
Yeah.
It's been a good year.
It's been about a year, yeah.
But it's been a good year, though. You know what I mean? It wasn't a bad year or anything. It was a good year.
A wild year. I'll say that. It's been a wild year, Brady.
How so?
A wild fucking year.
How's it been a wild year?
Last podcast, was it in November that we did our last podcast?
I don't remember. I
Was it December?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. When has it been, man? That's gonna piss me off. But yeah, man. Like, fuck, man. So much has changed in a year. Haven't you noticed that? Like, thinking back over this year, man, so much has changed. I mean, fuck, man. Yep. George, you good?
Sorry.
What?
My sister.
What? you just been cutting out. What? Your sister came in?
Yeah, she just barged in the room.
Rip.
Anyway, so let's see. When was our last podcast?
I don't know.
The date of our last podcast.
Do some blah 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 blah. Do some research.
Do some research.
Yeah, man.
A year ago. But
Get
when?
scientific.
Oh. Holy shit.
What?
November 23rd. It's been over a year.
It's been over a year, bud.
It's been over a year. What the? Since our last podcast, it's been over a year. So yeah, a lot has happened since November 23rd, 2018. Don't you think, Brady?
Yeah. I mean, fuck.
It's been a wild ride. I'll say that.
But it's been. Personally, I found it's been a good ride. Wild, but good.
They're wild, but good experiences, you know, to learn from.
Played a lot of fucking pool over that year.
Played a lot of fucking pool over the summer. That was fun.
Dude, I miss playing pool in the summer, man. We used to play so much. That was so good. I'll be honest, I miss playing pool with you in the summer, man. We get like a monster.
Yeah.
I would pick up 2 monsters, even 3. And fuck. It was 2 monsters, kombucha, and a bag of Doritos.
Man, you feel it. You feel it when you get a Monster Energy drink. I tell you, you feel it right there. You know,
right in the balls, man. Right in the balls.
Right in the balls. You feel.
Dude, I'm feeling some pool right now. Not gonna lie.
Fuck. Now that we're talking about it, I kind of want to play pool. Brady, let's stop the podcast. You come to my house. We're playing some pool.
I'm not. Once we finish, I'm kind of down. Not gonna lie.
Actually,
I'm down. Like I'm serious. You down?
Actually,
I'm down. I'm down after you finish this.
I'm not working tomorrow.
Fucking I start working at 11. Who gives a fuck, man? Dude, my work, man, best place ever. You should come work there. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, it's so good. How's your
Yeah,
Wendy's?
You know what's also changed?
What?
You know what's also changed?
What?
I got a fucking job.
You got a job, dude.
Job now.
That was one fucking search, man. It was like a year search.
It was like 3 months, a 3-month search. I started late May, looking, applying, and then mid-June I went to like 27 different places, Brady. 27 different places.
27? 27. How?
And I didn't find one fucking job.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I did one place. When I applied, I got one place. First place.
Yeah, you applied once and you showed up to the interview in a sweater and jeans.
Yep.
And like
Didn't even have a resume.
and you were like
You just cut out.
high the day before.
No, I wasn't.
Oh well. What was I saying?
Nothing. But man. That was dude. Honestly, getting that job, I kind of hate it, but it's kind of been one of the best things for me, not going to lie. Like
Yeah.
Yeah, cuz it's given me steady cash flow, you know what I mean? I've made some pretty good friends, met some pretty good people, you know. It's I've been there over a fucking year, man.
Yeah, how's that been?
It's been
I'm
good.
looking back on a year.
Honestly, it's good. I'm happy I did it when I did, because I think
Yeah, I kind of wish I did last year too.
like when I did it and then I had great was it grade 10 summer? Yeah. At the end of grade 9, right? Got the job, and then grade 10 year I was working, which was good. But if you're a person that I think has trouble making time for stuff and like doing a schedule, it's bad, because grade 10 was an important year.
Big year.
It was a big
I'm
year.
actually glad I held off on that.
No, but I mean, like, it was good because it was like, you know what I mean? Now, George, that you have a job, it's so nice when you're there, you're like, huh, I'm feeling some Uber Eats. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then see, because you have money now, and you could buy shit with that money, you know?
Yeah, like, you know, like, it's kind of freeing sometimes. Not having to, you know, hey, Mom, can I get some money? You know. Personal thing.
Like, before, it was a lot harder to get condoms, but now you walk into a farm, they're fucking everywhere.
You know, you can get them for free at the school.
You look right, you look left.
Look right, look left. They don't even sell condoms anymore at Metro.
Hell, there are even some on the ceiling.
Really?
You look on the ceiling.
You cut out. You said, look on the ceiling. That's the last thing you said.
I don't know how they got on the ceiling.
I wonder, man. You ever take, like, at school, you ever do, like, a wet toilet paper, you throw it at the ceiling and it sticks?
Yeah.
It's like that. Take, like, a used condom, throw it at the ceiling. Walk into your parents' bedroom, you, like, look up. What the fuck? It's like a horror movie.
That's it.
Fuck. It's crazy, man.
That was
Fucking
wild.
condoms on the ceiling. What a year.
What a fucking year.
What a year, man. Dude,
I'm gonna fucking get you, I swear to God.
dude, we're adults next year, man.
I'm turning 18 in June, buddy.
Eh, fucking grad.
Dude, I am hooking us up big time for grad.
Dude, actually, are you gonna be 18 by the time it's grad?
Yeah. Yep. I will.
Really, by the time it's prom?
Oh, by the time it's over, like, you mean like
Yeah, I'm talking about
so like
prom.
during lunchtime, you know, we go to the Metro, you know, buy some beers. So
I mean, that's
that,
how.
you mean?
That's not what I'm saying, but yes.
Yeah, I don't know if it'll be like over, but like it'll definitely be in like the last week or so of school.
Yeah. Well, but like that
Actually,
last week is exam. Isn't that last week exams?
I'm not sure what the school schedule is. I'd have to check my agenda.
Dude, that fucking school, they made me buy a new goddamn fucking agenda. I'm like, why the fuck do I need to buy a new agenda? Just fucking write, just like stamp my note, man. Why do I need an agenda to get a ooh, I'm late to class. Like, why?
Yeah, I agree.
Are you late a lot this year?
I've been late once or twice already, but that's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. I've always had a note though when I was.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So that's good. That saved me.
I'm late a lot.
And also, you know what I do? I have what are called emergency notes.
Oh, like it's an already written note?
Yeah. Like my mom has written like 5 notes. So that way, if I am late, I just pull one of those, and it's just like, here, miss. This is why I'm late.
And it doesn't have a date on it or anything. It's just like, oh, excuse George. He woke up late today.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Thing is, I haven't had a chance to use them yet. We'll see if it works.
I have one of those. I don't see why it wouldn't work.
It'd probably be a little sketchy after if you do them constantly, but
I think it's good if you do it probably once a month. Honestly, I personally think we should be allowed to skip a class once a month, or skip a day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cause I personally think sometimes school, man, it's it takes a toll on your mental state, and you just need a day off. When you're when you're there, you're like, fuck, man. It's been a rough week, out of, stuff, and I gotta go to school. You're like, fuck. I want a day off. How do you feel about that, George?
Yeah, I agree. I want just, hell, not even a day. Let's make it a week off.
Yeah, but I mean, the whole thing is, though, you can't be missing a week of school, you know what I mean? I think you gotta...
No, I'm saying, like once every 2 months, there should be, a week off school.
I would like that. It's just you also gotta think about if there's scheduled weeks off, right? Where are they gonna get those days from, right? They're gonna take it from our summer. So.
Oh, fuck.
That's the thing. Do you want periodic weeks off during the school year, or just pet days where it's every once in a while there's 2 pet days every month, there's 2 pet days or something, and then we get a much longer summer, which one's better?
How many days are there in a school year?
Well, it's 365 in a regular year.
Yeah, how many are there in the summer? How many days do we get off in the summer?
I want to say 106.
It's still
If I remember correctly from Phineas and Ferb, it's 106.
No, it's 104.
104 days of summer vacation. Classic.
So our school technically it ended on June 23rd, I think. No. When was our last exam last year?
I don't know.
Fuck. Was it on a Sunday?
I don't know. I don't remember. Why would we have an exam on a Sunday?
I don't know.
Fucking crackhead.
Dude, what if we got our podcast on Spotify, Brady?
I could. That is a possibility. But that's...
How would we do that, though?
How would we do that? I think you literally just I think it's easy. I would have to do more research into it, but that's also one of the reasons I wanted to record it, because now I have this sound bite, right? And I could just upload that. So, magic. But that's also one of the benefits of if I record it versus streaming it or doing it live, is because if I record it, I could post it anywhere. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be YouTube, right? I could post it anywhere. If we want to put it on some, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever it is, we can.
Exactly.
I mean, I'll look into I haven't done a lot of research into it or anything. But I you know, it's like one of those things where it's like, maybe not right now, but like I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get it ready for when I do it down the line. Like, you ever have a project where it's like I'm gonna have to do this later, so might as well put this in now, knowing that in the future I'm gonna expand on this. You know, getting yourself prepped for that.
Yeah. I'm gonna switch to my 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi network channel. Is that okay?
Yeah, be super fast. Voo, 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 voo.
Right.
Crackheads, eh? Nothing like them. Like a good crackhead in the world, you know. You need them. You know, I think George is a prime example of a crackhead. If you ever see this man play pool, you would know immediately how much of a crackhead he is. He gets this laser focus, man, ready to hunt you down. And he's
Alright, we're back. We're on the 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi now.
Oh, I was just talking about how you turn into a crackhead when you're playing pool.
Oh, yeah.
You get that laser focus, you know what I mean? That werewolf focus. You're like, where's the ball?
Dude, honestly, I got pretty good at pool. Like, towards the end of the summer. We both did, actually.
Towards the end of the summer? Honestly, we were also playing, what? Every day, every other day? Probably like, what?
Yeah.
Like 3-4 hours a day? I mean,
yeah, about 3-4 hours a day.
And to be fair, obviously we weren't like laser focused. You know what I mean? It was kind of like, you know, cracking jokes.
It was like, if we didn't lose, like, I mean, if we didn't win.
Yeah, it wasn't the end of the world. You know, it wasn't
the end of the world, but pretty seriously, not gonna lie.
Sometimes, yeah. Like, do you remember? Near the end of the summer when I was destroying you. Fuck, man. That was good.
Man, those were like the days.
Those were the days, man. But like, what was so nice, what I did, and I love it for what I did. Is I didn't change my hours. I kept my school hours during summer, which is such a good idea on my part.
Yeah, that's true. So you were basically like chilling.
I was free all summer. Like, you remember? It was like every day pretty much. Like, I was only working like 16 hours max, you know. So that was pretty good.
When did you change it back to your school hours? To your regular hours? Did you ever change them at all?
No, I did. I did it for 1 month. I did like, I was doing like work hours, like you know what I mean, like 20 hours a week, 30 hours a week, something like that. I can't remember if I did 20 or 30. You know, but I personally think is that it's not good to spend, you know, to spend your whole summer working. You know, so it's my personal take on it. Like, this year coming up, so you have like Heavy MTL and like Montreal 77.
Yeah, dude, I want to go to that with you.
And there's a Space, and then there's Oshiaga. I want to go to both those festivals. I want to just take off that.
I'm so down.
I want to take off that whole week and do, you know, Heavy MTL, 77, right? And then Oshiaga, blah 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 blah. And then like in between that period, I think I might want to go down to Toronto.
Okay.
Right, because I got family down there, you know. So go see some family. I really want to go do Canada's Wonderland. So.
Oh, sick.
So in that what?
Me and Holden were actually talking about.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry, bud.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, me and Holden were actually talking about going to see Ozzy Osbourne this summer.
Oh, that's sweet.
Cracked out, like you'll see him walk on the stage, like you can't understand what he's saying. but like you can understand when he sings, you just can't understand when he speaks, like right.
But he also has a thick
He's
accent.
Like,
I find he has a thick accent, and I mean, obviously,
yeah, he does.
The years and years of drug use don't help that. Like, that's definitely not good. But
you know.
Yeah. But honestly though, one of the best shows I went to was when I went to go see Ghost Main. Holy fuck, man.
When you went to see who?
Ghost Main.
Oh yeah, that was good.
Oh, dude, trap. It was trap metal. Okay, just so fucking weird trying to tell that to people. You're like, so I don't like EDM.
Trap metal.
Actually, I actually did get into EDM. But anyways, it's like trap. It's like, so trap music. What?
What is trap music like metal? I mean, like rap. I mean.
Trap? Actually, I don't know. Let me go find you the official term for trap. Trap music, because it's music that would be played in a trap, I think, in a trap house, right? Which is a trap house is like a house where you sell drugs out of.
Okay.
Trap music. Let me see. Okay, trap is a style of hip hop music that developed in early 2000s in southern United States. Okay. It is typified by subdivided hi-hats, heavy sub-bass, layered thick kick drums in a style of Roland TR 808 drum. Okay, it says layered with abstract or orchestral synthesizers and an overall melancholy to dark ambience and lyrical content. The term trap refers to a place where drug deals take place. So I know I butchered that because there's a lot of big words. And you're just like not in like that like reading headspace. You ever have that where it's like sometimes you'll sit down and you could read for days?
Oh yeah, I get that, yeah.
But this is not one of them. But anyways, it's like it's kind of dark. It's like EDM, I would say, but like a little bit slower.
And with lyrics.
Not.
Or with the vocals.
It doesn't have to be. Lyrics aren't mandatory, It's just you can. Right? Like that's the thing you can do. But it's not.
That's true.
It's not end all be all. I personally think.
So it's just like slower EDM?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I would play you some for you to like fully.
Is there
get
rapping?
It, yeah. There can be like with like some people may consider some of it rap, right? Some people may consider it like I'll play you. I've like Ghostbane. I'll use Ghostbane as just like the bar here.
Okay.
Trap metal. If you listen to it, you'd probably be like, this is really rappy. But it's like, you know what I mean? There's like this rap aspect to it, which is a part of the trap part. And like this, like, like bassy, you know what I mean? With this, this metal scream to it, you know what I mean?
Is it like...
Yeah. Is it like what?
Like other metal guitar, like instruments being played?
Oh, yeah.
Like distorted guitars or whatever? Or...
Yeah.
Huh.
Like I'll actually. Have you seen them? But from the show Ghost Main, there was a drummer, there was a bassist, there was a guitarist. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw on your story.
Right, like so these people were there, like, cause there is drumming. There's this. If you look at it, he had face makeup on Ghost Main. It was a very
that was cool.
You know what I mean? It was a very typical metal look. You know what I mean? White face makeup. His hair had two different colors. White and black.
The good thing about the makeup is that it doesn't dye. Right?
What do you mean?
Like it's basically immortalizing yourself. The makeup.
It is. You know what I mean? Like if you look back at like
Kiss, let's say.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like that makeup will forever stand in your face. Obviously, I don't think it is completely that it lasts forever. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. A good 30 years or so, that's for sure.
No, but I'm just saying, there's like some people where it's like the makeup is like you don't think of it really. You know what I mean? Like if I brought up Rammstein, you'd be like, they wear makeup, right? But it doesn't come to your mind when you think of people wearing makeup.
Right.
But in the metal, I find it in a lot of metal there is a lot of makeup.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with like death metal there is makeup.
Yeah, like Slipknot.
Yeah, but that's masks. There was some of the Ghost Maiden people were wearing masks though, so I think that's also I think that's also part of the metal community. Specifically, I think Slipknot, they were like the forerunners of that wearing masks kind of genre.
Yeah.
I mean,
With you have like the guy with the goat hat with the goat mask,
oh, I don't know all the
the
masks,
bucket mask with the spikes.
but yeah, masks.
Yeah.
But yeah, what's really sick, honestly, in shows, is like crowd surfing.
I've
Like,
never been crowd surfing.
it's one of those things that's like super hard to explain, because how do I explain to someone like the feeling of everyone holding you up?
You didn't see Ghostman at the Bell Center, right? You went to the
No,
what's it called?
Tellus Metropolis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where is that? Is that far? Is that a?
It's downtown. I think it's on St. Catharines. I've been there. This is the second time I've been there for a show. But yeah.
Yeah, who's the first one you went to see?
Amin Amarth. They're a Viking metal.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
I think I sent
sick.
you.
I checked them out there.
I think did I show you the video of when I was in the mosh pit, all of a sudden people started sitting down and they were rowing like a longship. Like we were in a longship.
Yeah, you did.
And
I saw that.
I'm so happy I pulled out my phone and I started recording that. Like that shit was so good. But what I've also
I've been getting into a lot of different genres. Anyway.
Yeah, you've been getting into a lot of genres?
Yeah, like last year, like if I were to show like myself like from last year saying like, oh, you're gonna be listening to this with next year, I'd be like,
what? Yeah. I understand, but like honestly, like it's fine if you like one genre of music, but like I can't listen to the same like one genre. Like there's not enough songs for me to just sit there and like
yeah, I agree.
I love metal, but I'm not in the mood to listen to metal all the time. You know, like
sometimes I want to listen to some Tame Impala or some
Tame Impala, you mean? Not Tam Impala. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like sometimes I do want rap. I do want my mumble rap. That's the vibe I'm in. Sometimes I want my grunge. I want to listen to my Nirvana. I want slow. Sometimes I love Bob Dylan, man. I love Bob Dylan. Doesn't mean I don't listen to him all the time though, because he's a vibe. You know what I mean? Neil Young, he's a vibe. You know, there's so many musicians that I can't listen to all the time. Like I love Sublime, but I'm not always in a happy Sublime kind of mood where I want to listen to that. You know, like ska. I do love ska music. It is probably one of my top genres, but I don't need to listen to it all the time. I don't. There's nothing that compels me to do that. Or like rap. I like rap. I don't want to listen to it all the time though. Like, I don't know how people do that. How it's just always one type of music. I know so many people where they only listen to rap. It's specifically rap. I personally find specifically rap. It's people that will only listen to rap. You know? And I just don't know how you do that. Now, although rap...
Yeah, I agree.
There is a lot that is covered in rap. Because, I mean, I could go from, like, you know, thug life to super happy. You know what I mean? Be like, oh, you want to go super gangster? Put on some NWA. You know what I mean? I'll put on some City Morgue. You know, gangster shit. Like, some fucking crazy shit. But I could also go to, like, the opposite of where it's really sad. Specifically, I'm going to put a spotlight on Roddy Ricch. In his song Die Young, he says, I'd rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Right? And I'm not sure if you know what that means, but a casket is carried by 6 people when you die, and a jury is 12 people. So, you know what I mean? It's a very sad song. You know, he's talking about the reality of the gangster life. You know what I mean? He's also saying, I don't want to die for this shit. You know what I mean? He also has songs below. Down, but he has a song Down Below, which is a very sad song. You know, there's also, you know, I Go Into Little Peep. There, you know what I mean? There's so much like of like opposite sides. There's also Down the Middle. You know what I mean? You know, Travis Scott I would consider pretty down the middle. He kind of falls under both categories. I can get super hyped to him. He's not gangster rap, but I mean I can get hyped to his music and get like pumped up. But if I'm in the right mood, I put on some 90210, and dude, I'm lax and I'm about to fall asleep. By the way, 90210, it's a great song if you've been out like and you're partying. Is what here's a lyric there. He's like been falling in and out of clubs. Don't worry, Granny, I'ma make it. Or what is it? It's like, don't worry, Grandma, I'm okay, or some shit like that. You know what I mean? It's like, you know. Anyways, he's like been partying so much and he's worried. Anyways, I don't know what the fuck I'm saying. I'm rambling, bro.
I digress right there.
I digress hard, but you know what I mean? Like, there's certain genres that do cover a lot more than others. Because I mean, but then into the rap, I mean, you could break down the rap category, right? Which, I mean, if you think about it, rock and roll covers a wide range of music.
There is so many fucking subcategories in rock. I can't even name.
No, but you know what I'm saying right now.
Metal to screamo to.
But like,
yeah.
Crazy. I mean, Bob Dylan is rock just as the same way that Metallica is rock. You know.
That's it. Yeah.
So it covers a lot.
There are quite a few people who will disagree and say, no, Metallica is metal, and Bob Dylan is, you know, which is fair. Fair enough.
It's all fair. To me though, every single one is a subcategory of rock and roll.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, like, I'm gonna look up the definition of rock and roll. You know, rock.
Are there more subcategories of rock than there are of rap?
I mean,
not that contest or anything.
No. I assume that they're.
Just curious.
I assume I would consider it. I'd say probably, but rock and roll has been around for a lot longer. Okay, rock and roll, a type of popular dance music originating in 1950s, characterized by heavy beats, simple melodies. Rock and roll was an amalgamation of black rhythm and blues, white country music, usually based on 12-bar structure and instrumental of guitars, bass, and drums. That's from Oxford Dictionary.
Yeah.
Now, that literally just covered way too much music. like that's like, you know what I mean? It's like, yeah, so all of it.
That's basically all of it.
But personally, what I consider rock and roll is
well, like if you wanna delve into the subgenres, you know, there's things to be accounted for, like acoustic guitars, you know, distortion.
That's
you know.
it. To me, you know, to me, rock and roll music really is any music played, you know, with your typical guitar. It's usually faster, you know. It's kind of it's a guitar because you know, country stars will even be like, I'm a rock star, or you know what I mean. Rappers will be like, I'm a rock star. You know what I mean? I'm a rock star. You know, rock star. So like, that's why like when you think of it as that, as I'm a rock star. And it's always usually used in music, right? It's like, people don't usually say it as like, I'm an actor, I'm a rock star, you know what I mean? Or they might use it as like, dude, you're a rock star, you know what I mean? As like, you just really did something really good. But But that leaves me. I mean, if you're going off of that, that's saying that every type of musician is a rock star, you know? So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah. I it's a broad statement. I mean,
I don't want to say. Yeah, it's a broad statement. That's for sure.
Like, and I understand if you're like, I don't want to say yes or I don't want to say no, but like,
I mean, the term rock star isn't owned by anybody, so you know, if you want to call it like that, be my guest. I'm not gonna go ahead and sue you for calling yourself a rock star when you're.
No, but you know what I'm saying though, by like, it's like how do you How
But
do you?
like even that like song, you know, that one that goes like that Rockstar song by like I don't even know who it's by. You know that rap song that's just like uh,
Talking about Post Malone. Post Malone. Rockstar. Are you talking? Yeah, you might be talking about his thing where it says, "Hey, I've been
yeah, that
fucking
one.
hoes and popping pillies. Man, I feel just like a rock star."
Yeah, that one, that one.
That's Post Malone.
I don't mind Post Malone
I,
actually.
I love Post Malone. I like Post Malone, but I mean, I like
You
him.
know he's a metalhead?
Of course he
A
is.
lot of people don't know this about Post Malone, but he's a metalhead.
Of course he is. I wouldn't be surprised. Um, like a lot of my.
Like he's covered Nirvana at his shows.
Of course he has, dude. I was at a Denzel Curry show.
He got a pretty good grunge voice, actually.
Of course he does. He's a amazing voice.
Yeah.
He's a great voice. But Denzel Curry covered Bulls on Parade. You know, so it's like there's a lot. Or what was it? I was listening to So I really like. I was listening to some Ghost Main, and he did some samples of like of George Orwell from 1984, I think it is. Um, in it, it was like I think a movie of it, and it's like slavery. Sorry, what is it? Freedom is slavery. Ignorance is strength. And I love that quote so much, Freedom is slavery.
It really speaks the truth.
Yeah. Well, because like your mind is its own prison, and when it's left, when you realize, hey, this is it, this is all that I'll ever get, and this is the best it can ever get. You imprison yourself a little. You know what I mean?
That's true.
And it's also
you gotta.
I think, people say ignorance is bliss, and I really do agree with that. Because you don't realize a struggle's happening, man. When it's, you know what I mean? If it's happening behind your back, it doesn't matter. It doesn't exist to you. You don't know that it's happening, and it doesn't affect you at all. Like there's a problem that's happening, and it doesn't affect you, and it doesn't hurt you because you don't even realize it's a problem. Like it's not even in your foreview. I mean, I feel like there's some people that are sometimes too smart for their own good. Where it's like,
yeah.
And I'm not sure if you ever got this, but like I've had where I've gotten super worried about the future. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh fuck, man. Like, I gotta make my decision. Mistakes I've made in the past can affect me today. I didn't have that foreview before, but now I do. And you're like, wow, fuck, this can be really bad. Like I can, and then you start thinking, if I don't, this doesn't happen, then this happens, and I can't do this. I can't get a good job. And if I can't get a good job, I can't buy a house. I can't, pay for stuff. I'm gonna be poor. I'm gonna be living a bad life. I can't go on vacation. I can't enjoy life. You know what I mean? I think that's, if you were stupid and naive, you wouldn't even realize. You'd be like, oh, whatever, it's fine. Like, I don't care so much. And I think a part of not caring is not knowing.
Yeah, it's very true. And so you're saying it's bad to be too smart, but it's also bad to be too naive. They kind of you gotta have a steady balance. Be aware of certain things, but
I'm not saying that either one is the best path. I'm simply just giving my opinion on how I feel. Okay. It's an opinion piece rather than just a one way is the right way, the other is the wrong way, or like the middle is the best way. I'm not saying being smarter or being dumb. I'm not saying either or is the best way.
You were just explaining like the two different like
Yeah.
scenarios of
The
either being
scenarios.
really blissful or really intuitive.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So.
Yeah. It's because you were cutting out there, so I'd.
No worries, no worries.
Wasn't really-
No worries. I'm just, something. It's something I think about. Is that, is it better to be the smartest man alive, or is it better to be the dumbest man alive? Personally, I'd rather be the smartest person in the room than the dumbest in the room. That's how I feel about it. I mean, maybe not everyone's the same way, but I also have this.
I don't know.
I have this competitive sport about me. I mean, I'm super competitive, right? Part of that competitiveness also goes down to intellect. Who knows more about this subject? And there's something that, like, like you ever there, George? You've definitely had those situations where like you've known more than someone on something. Like, ha ha ha, I got you.
Oh yeah.
You're like, I'm sorry, miss, but you're wrong. This is how it actually is. There's something so nice about that, I feel. Of like being right. I'd much rather be right than wrong. Although.
Yeah, that's true.
Mistakes are very important. And it doesn't hurt to be wrong. It does not hurt to be wrong. Because you build off your mistakes. You know what I mean? Like, that's probably happened to you, George, where you built off your mistakes. You're like, oh, that didn't work. Now I gotta do this. I'm gonna use wrestling to talk about this because I feel like it's the most direct. It gives you the fastest result, unlike in life. You know what I mean? A life lesson which takes years and years to realize and know. I'm gonna look at wrestling. If I see that this wrestler is always catching me in this one move, like he just caught me in that move, and I'm always getting caught in that move from different wrestlers. And like, I mean, it could literally, if I see a wrestler try to do something twice in a match, my coach, if I don't see it, my coach is gonna be like, hey, watch out, that guy loves to do this. You know what I mean? If I pre-watch game, I always see him doing the same thing. Hey, watch out, this is gonna happen. You gotta watch out for that. So it's like immediate, like that's personally what I see as like immediate, like easy to detect things. Obviously, it gets more complicated, but like it's direct. Like right there, direct. He's doing this. I don't want to be caught in this, so I always give him my arm. I give him my arm. I do something like this. It always just gives him the opportunity to do that. So I know I just have to change that out. Obviously, and I mean this can apply into life with your like, hey, with women per se. I think this is a women's good one where it's like you give too much. You know what I mean? Or it's where if she only talks to you when she wants something. You know what I mean? Or if someone only talks to you when they want something, and then when you go to go see them, they don't give you any help. You know what I mean? Like that's something that like happens once, and then you're like, or not, it doesn't have to happen once, but it can happen to people many times over and over again. But it makes you next time more aware. Hey, watch out. Maybe you shouldn't be going.
You're basically giving them incentive to like do that.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like you gotta. But anyways, that's
you gotta know when to put your foot down and say, you know what? No, I'm not gonna stand for that. And you don't want to be a pushover.
But I think also, being a pushover, like some like you first time like you might be getting always pushed over. People are always pushing you over. At some point, you gotta make a stand. Be like, hey, man, like you can't do that. Or like you see that, like, hey, you're pushing, you're treating me like a pushover. You're taking, you're taking advantage of me because I'm nice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I think, it happens to you a couple of times, and then you start noticing it, and you're like, hey, this shouldn't happen. I don't like it when this happens to me, and then you try to change it up so it doesn't happen. It's personal opinion. Just one thought. All right, so we're getting at I think we're getting to the end of our podcast right now.
I think so.
All right. You have any closing remarks? Closing statements?
We're gonna post statement that it's been fun.
It's been a good 45 minutes. It's been a good time.
Obviously, we can't talk about everything that has been going on in our lives for the past year.
Yeah,
you
I mean,
know?
especially I went on like a, what 15, 20 minute tangent on music. That turned into individuality and
also I'm kind of sick, so that's why.
yeah.
And Brady's been cutting out some parts, but don't worry, we will get better. You know, at least we're starting again.
Yeah. I missed the podcast, not gonna lie. I love doing the podcast. Because I personally find we have some interesting conversations and interesting ideas.
Yeah.
And
Like a philosophy, if you will.
philosophy, but just I like our conversations. Like there's been so many times where I've been having a conversation, I'm like, man, I wish I could just pull out a mic and like just get a recording of this because this is a good conversation. You know.
Yeah.
And I think
So many times.
that's why the podcast format does a lot better than like a typical interview, which is 15 minutes. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In a full podcast, you really get your idea out, and you're not.
You really delve into a topic or many topics for that matter.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at like podcasts like Joe Rogan, some people prefer going on Joe Rogan's podcast because questions aren't forced. You know, it's a natural flow. You know what I mean? There's nothing. It's not him directly sitting there. Okay, this. Okay, answer that. This. You know, this. Oh, question you about that or something you said, and then you know what I mean.
Right, it's just conversation.
It's a conversation, and I feel like you also get more out of a person in a natural conversation.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they kind of warm up to the whole idea of talking. And in 15, you know what I mean? Like, you can't catch up with someone that fast in 15 minutes. Right? But if you go out for dinner or something, you can get a lot more out of that. You know, and if you get a full belly out of it. But, you know. Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Have a good one. George, this was great.
And next week, Brady?
Yeah, next week we'll see what happens.
Let's do it.
I mean, the only thing is,
If I'm not working.
yeah, if I'm not working, I mean, that's I think the hardest problem for us now is that we're working. So I think saying that a podcast will always come out on 9:30 on a Friday, I think is naive to say.
Yeah.
I think right now it's at more of a random state because my job, at least, probably for you, you never know when you're gonna get scheduled.
Right, that's it.
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna end it here.
Oh no, I get schedules now. I do get schedules.
No, but like where it's not like it's never always the same day though. You know what I mean? You're like, I'm gonna work Saturday, every Saturday I work from 9 to 5. You know what I mean? That doesn't happen.
Yeah. No.
All right.
I wish, but
I wish, yeah. All right.
see you, boys.
Cut it here. Have a good one. Ciao.